All right. Hello, everyone. This is Mary Kwiatkowski here, getting ready to speak with the most recent team extracted from episode 7 of Fox's new survival show, Extracted. If you haven't watched the show yet, make sure you check that out and then come back here for the exit interview. Of course, you should also check out our coverage of the episode recaps on We Know Reality TV with myself and Chappell. All right, today I'm joined by our survivalist Jacobin and his uncle Terrence and cousin David. Thank you for joining me, everyone. And I just wanted to start off by saying, ooh, Jacobin, we saw quite a roller coaster of emotions in this last episode with you. I want to know from you, what was the hardest part about being out there?
The first thing that comes to my mind is, first of all, I've never done an experience like this where I'm away from like family, friends, just being alone. And the hardest part is like just not knowing that somebody is actually on the other side. So like not being able to hear David or LaTerrence's voice was like huge for me. And obviously with the note situations that helped a lot, but for me it's definitely just not being able to know that they're there and just hear their voices or see them.
So, how many days did you end up surviving out there?
I want to say it was like 14 days. That's what I'm, if I remember correctly. That was it.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like the hardest part for me would probably be the boredom out there. And I know we saw in the last couple episodes that you're making the decision to kind of stay stay in your shelter, sleep a bit. Do you wish that you had done anything else looking back on it?
um so I didn't know, of course, in hindsight, I didn't know conserving energy, staying in my camp. I didn't know that would be hurting me, and I didn't know people would be watching me like that. So I actually thought I thought I was doing okay. But of course, if I was to do anything differently, um, I probably should have put more into the challenges, I'll say. But also at the same time, I knew my strengths and weaknesses, and I didn't want to put myself in a predicament to where Terrence and David have to extract me. So, like I said, I think if I could go back, I'd give the challenges a more try. And of course, this being us being the guinea pigs of this show, we really didn't even know what to expect. So
Yeah, did you think that you'd ever think that you'd have to do so many water challenges? That seemed to be kind of a tough spot for you out there.
yeah, I had no clue, and I mean the running joke is Jacobin doesn't know how to swim, and I actually do know how to swim, but the water there was freezing. So like I'm from the South, so I'm not used to cold water like that, and I know once I get wet and cold, like trying to come back from that is not easy for me. So again, that's just a strategy in my head because at the end of the day, coming into this, I'm thinking I'm playing a survival game where I have to survive. So me not doing some of the water challenges was my tactics of not putting myself in harm's way.
Yeah, definitely. And so for Terrence and David, we saw a lot of fun interactions with you and some of the other families at HQ. I know for myself and Chappell, we were always getting a really big kick out of the fact that you at least seem to kind of have your eye on the prize and be like, yeah, why do we care if other people are getting extracted? That's good for us. So we liked that. Who did you end up having a good relationship with at headquarters, and any alliances or anything like that?
Well,
I'm gonna let Terrence go first.
okay, I had a good relationship with Roger. You know, me and Roger both. He into diesel mechanic. I'm a truck driver, so Roger was more I can bond with and get along with more. To me, Roger was the one that I can relate to most with.
Yeah, and with me, I think the person I had the best relationship with was Austin and I think and Jake's family. I think those were the two that I basically had the best relationship with. I was Colin too. I had a good relationship with Colin. And Ashley husband Austin. Those three for me.
So we know that when we were watching, we were thinking like with some of these moments where you had to make decisions of like who to help or who to hurt. We were wondering why you and Ryan H's family, so Roger and Candace, why y'all didn't make like a sure alliance, because it seemed like you were helping each other for a little bit.
Well,
Uh,
you go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
to be honest with you, we wasn't helping nobody because 'cause nobody wasn't helping us. Like it might look like that, but we was by ourselves. Even though like Mr. Candace and Miss Candace and Mr. Roger, they did get Jacobin a sleeping bag, but at that time during the show, we didn't know that until later on when they said it. So as far as alliances, like we was there by ourselves, just making it happen. Like we came in as the three amigos, and we was gonna leave with three amigos.
Yeah, more like with me, I wasn't thinking about alliance at the time. It was more like who you get to like you the most, and them the ones that help you. But it's just like we was just like me and Nook. If you paid attention, they say we wasn't serious. We weren't taking it serious. Jacoby didn't show us no sign that he was in stress. So by him not showing us the sign of stress, so we didn't really worry about too much. We kind of just laid back, you know, walked around, played checkers and different stuff like that. But we were really concerned about Jacoby if he would have showed us that he was in stress, but he never did show it. So we wasn't really worried about panic or anything.
So it looked like at the point when y'all chose to extract Jacobin, did you ever ask to be extracted, or how did that whole plan go down?
So that, and I'll preface this from the beginning. Going into it, me and Terrence and David never had like this thing where I'd say a certain word and they would extract me. So we never had that talk or anything like that. But I will say, some of the words that I was saying at that moment, I wanted to be extracted, but I just my I will say this now, my ego would not just come out and say extract me, but also at the same time, the emotions I was feeling and the things that I was saying, you could just tell I was ready to go. But again, it's me not wanting to just come out and say it, and I mean they definitely did the right thing by doing it, but also I think back, I'm like, maybe they should have just like kind of ignored me and pushed me some more. But I like the way it happened though, because I was at that point, I was mentally tapped out.
Yeah, it got to the point where he was at his tipping point, and we me and Terrence, like, we wasn't gonna do it, but then to see him get to that state, and it was just time. It was just time for us to do it. So
What made me
mm,
make the decision when I saw him, by me being around Jacoby when he was a little kid growing up, I know what Jacoby can and can't do, and I never saw him in a state of mind the way he were. Never saw him, cry like that. Just when he was broken. So when I seen that, I knew he was broke. So by me being like his uncle and like a second dad to him, that hurted me the most to see him cry, to see him hurt and suffer. So I knew it was time because the things he was saying and the way he was looking at the camera. So I knew it was time for him to go. But I told Nookie, he broke, he done. So we went ahead, tapped him out, extracted him out.
Well, I appreciate the fact that y'all actually made a comment about about that he wasn't smelling too good. I'm surprised no one else has done anything like that on the show after
oh
being
yeah.
out there for 14 days.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible. That was
All right.
that was probably like the best 30-minute shower I've ever taken.
So you were pretty close to getting that supply drop on your last day. Do you think if they had been able to get you, I think it was the food that you had selected for him, do you think that would have made a difference, that you would have maybe gone back up on the roller coaster again?
It definitely would have brought excitement. Um, and of course, to describe the scene, um, the weather is kind of crappy that day, and we're walking so far to this supply drop, and just on the way there, you're just hoping that something's in there. And basically, to see there's nothing in there is like the saddest thing, because it's even the day plays a factor in your mood, and walking that far and to see there was nothing in there and then having to hike all the way back is just like, It was like the hardest defeat I have ever felt. Like seeing an empty box was it did not hit well. And at that point too, it's raining. And once I got back to my campus, like at this point, what do I even do? Like I like I have nothing to do at this point. I mean, I just hiked all the way back for an empty box, and like it took a toll on my body at the end of the day as well. Like I remember hiking back to camp and I was like mentally drained. I could
Mhm.
barely move. So like the energy was not there. So kudos to the people that stick it out, but the energy level was definitely down at that point.
Yeah, so, speaking of the other people, you got a chance to talk to them a bit during the, that last swimming challenge. What was it like to meet some of them in person after being out there for a while?
It was really cool to meet them and talk with them. Of course, um, in that moment, I was kind of sizing them up and looking at them like, does this person look weak? Does this person look weak? And now now watching the show, um, the people that are left, they are super strong, and I have to commend them for the people that are left at this point because it is super hard out there at this point, and all of them are badass. I just want to say that. But in that moment, definitely seeing people and being able to talk to them helped out. Um, of course, I'm sure we all wish that we could have mingled more because that definitely would have helped with our spirits. But seeing them in that moment definitely helped, and it gave us somebody to talk to in that moment.
Yeah. So, from any of you, do you have anything that you wanna share that maybe something cool that happened that we didn't get to see on TV?
Yeah, I do. So during the show, it was a time where we had like a down period, and we were chilling, and we was able to play football. And Terrence had caught the ball and was running and slipped. And when I tell you, he fell and bust his butt so hard. Like he skint up his arm. His arm was bleeding a little bit. But the crazy thing, his glasses never fell off his face. So his glasses didn't come off. Like he fell, he dropped the ball, he skint his arm up, but his glasses never came off his face. And that was funny.
Oh, so now we're finding the real reason why you wanted to go home. You
Because he was skin up, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
it was some good moments like for me and Nookie. I think it just showed out whooping him in checkers a lot. You know, me and played checkers. If you notice a lot, we played checkers every day, all pretty much all day long. And that was the downtime I kind of liked it at playing checkers. And that was a good thing.
But tell her, like when I first started, you was winning. But as we went on, I was coming. He couldn't stop me. He couldn't stop me. I got better.
Hold on. But you had good days. I had bad days. I had bad
They're
days.
playing checkers while I'm out surviving in the woods.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're thinking Jacobin's taking a nap. It's fine. We can
Right.
go play
He's
checkers.
good.
He so what you us sitting up, he's sleeping. So I used to watch him. Oh,
Yeah, but
Um,
overall, just the overall experience. Just
yes.
some days waking up in a camp, like you walk out your sleeping quarters, and the camera is right in your face, like they following you around everywhere you go. Like that experience and just being away and the whole overall thing, it was amazing, very amazing experience.
I agree with Nookie. I was thankful that Fox did let us do that because that was a one in lifetime experience. If I never do it again, but I'm always gonna remember and cherish that. Cherish that, and I would love to do another one because that's exciting. It was nice, and me and Nikki were talking about it, and Jacoby actually we were talking about that one day. I said, "Man, I miss it. I want to go back out there."
Um, and just to give you a heads up, I'm actually looking to get on another Fox show. I'm trying to get on Animal Control.
Oh,
I'm trying to get on that. That's what I want to get on.
okay. Well, maybe we'll see y'all out there again sometime. We got to wrap up here, but thank you so much for taking some time out to talk to me.
Okay,
you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
but
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is RHAP, We know reality TV.